Hey Ian, it's me. All right, this is the first episode of Nerd Chipper, and I want to say hi to all the passionate nerd fans who are watching, who are probably hoping that I'm going to talk a bit about Buffy. I'm not going to talk about Buffy. Okay, I might talk about Buffy. We'll see. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about me and how I got here. All the stuff that, of course, you might already know about me, but there might be some new viewers who are like, who's this bitch? And so I thought I'd tell them exactly what bitch I am. My name is Lani Diane Rich. I'm a New York Times bestselling novelist. Well, technically. I mean, I wrote a novel with two New York Times bestselling novelists, and they kind of dragged me onto the list with them, like good friends who take you to this amazing party that you never would have gotten into without them. Anyway, I wrote 11 other novels on my own that were fantastic and did, well enough, but not that well. So here's the thing. My name appeared on the New York Times extended paperback fiction bestselling list in February 2009. I am fucking claiming it because life's too goddamn short, you know what I mean? So, I'm a New York Times bestselling novelist, an award-winning podcaster, a story expert, and a screenwriting teacher. I'm also a mother of 2 girls and an owner of 3 cats, which, in case you are wondering, is too many fucking cats. I was also a wife twice, but I got out, and I consider myself to be in, matrimonial recovery, which is my way of saying never again. Marriage is like mountain climbing. Some people love it. Sometimes it kills people, and some people do it a couple of times and then go, not for me. I'm in that last camp. Anyway, some other things to know about me. I once worked as a pyrotechnician at an Old West theme park out in Tucson, Arizona, and that means that my job that I got paid to do was setting up black powder explosives and little mortars and then setting them off during the shows without killing anybody. I also once snuck into this building to smoke cigarettes with a buddy while I was on break, only to have the lead special effects technician come busting in, screaming at us because right behind us was a wheelbarrow full of 40 pounds of black powder that we had failed to notice while lighting up what could have easily been the last cigarettes we would ever smoke. Moral of the story, smoking can be very exciting or very stupid, depending on how you look at it and how much you value your own life. Another thing about me, I'm an empath. Now, when I say that, I don't mean in the super cool Deanna Troi way of being an empath.
It's not without its element of humor. I am the goddess of empathy.
I mean, I actually feel other people's pain, and it sucks. Like, I don't have enough pain of my own. I gotta go out and borrow other people's pain, like it's a cup of damn sugar. Also, being an empath makes me a terrible listener, because when people come to me with their shit, I just want to fix it. Ian, you've experienced this firsthand, and I have to say, you've handled it like a champ. Guys, seriously, I have yelled at Ian so hard. We have this DM chat, and I swear to God, a big chunk of it is me in all caps being like, you're great at what you do. Say you're great at what you do. Back straight, chest out, now shout, I'm a great writer. I seriously don't know why he's still friends with me, but I'm also not looking a gift horse in the mouth, you know what I mean? Anyway, there's this idea that when you're an empath, it somehow makes you a saint, and I am here to tell you, not true. Yes, I do try to live like a good and moral life, and it's important to me to be a decent person. But I'm an empath because I had to be in order to survive my childhood. It's a vestigial tale from abuse, not a marker of superior humanity. For me, being an empath is a curse more than a blessing. I mean, I like that I'm tuned into people, but I also really hate that I'm so tuned into people. It's kind of like, remember how I said I wasn't going to talk about Buffy? I lied. Remember that episode of Buffy where she could hear everybody's thoughts and feel everybody's pain? Yeah, it's like that, except all feeling, no mind reading. And also, David Boreanaz hasn't gone out and slain a demon to brew me a glow-in-the-dark drink to make it all go away. And what's up with that, Dave? Get on that. But while I wait for Dave, I'm left trying to make the best of it. There are positive aspects of being an empath. For one, empaths make good writers and storytellers because we can feel what our characters feel. Imagine what it's like to be everyone in our stories and see things from their perspectives. So there's, that. Being a part of the world as an empath is really hard. I'm a natural extrovert, but I have to spend a good portion of my time alone because being around people is so tough. Social media is a nightmare because it's basically like these 3 things, right? You got the superficial, look how perfect my life is, Instagram-y kind of bullshit that we all know is being posted by someone who is fine. They're fine. Why wouldn't you think they were fine? Everything's perfect. Why don't they have more likes? Then there's the parade of sad trombone Eeyores that is Facebook, because most of the people on Facebook are middle-aged and having like knee surgery, figuring out how to sleep with a CPAP CPAP machine humming to keep them alive for one more miserable goddamn day. So, my people. And of course, there's the endless run of drive-by trolling on Twitter, which are all bots, I guess. And then in a whole other level of its own is the vile abuse that happens on YouTube, which is why y'all will notice I don't have comments on my videos. You want to abuse me? Go to my Patreon page, give me $1, and join my Discord chat. If I'm going to get punched in the face, it's got to pay for 1/5 of a Starbucks iced caramel macchiato. Everyone has their price. But while each form of social media is prone to its own particular flavor of bullshit and abuse, all of them have one thing in common: outrage. Terrible things are happening everywhere, and I scroll through it and I feel everything and I can fix nothing. So I go into my friends' DMs and I shout at them in all caps to claim they're awesome, because for a quick moment it feels like doing something. Sorry, Ian, just because I'm aware of it does not mean I'm gonna stop. Honestly, I probably shouldn't be on social media at all, but I'm a content creator, so occupational hazard. Anyway, all this talk about empathy kind of feels like it should add up to something that should mean something. Like I should have a point that's actually helpful for the people trudging through this video. So what am I saying? Not much. I'm saying this. Hello. Now, traditionally, I'm a bit of a bow wrapper. I talk about something, I make a point, and then I try to wrap it all up with a satisfying bow, a narrative answer, a helpful solution, a peaceful perspective. It makes me feel safe, valuable, useful. It shuts this shit down for a bit. But in the end, it's just a bow. It's pretty, but it doesn't really add any value. And this series, these talks between us, I want it to be, above everything else, honest. Bows are pretty, but they're not honest. They don't mean anything. They're empty calories. They're false flags. I mean, you can put a bow on a turd, but in the end, still a turd. So I'm an empath. Being an empath is a big cosmic turd. I can't fix it. I have to learn to live with it. It's a chronic condition, like a lot of things we all have to deal with, like Instagram-y denial, Facebook whinging, Twitter fury, and YouTube abuse. But the essential skill set of life isn't in eliminating pain or heartbreak or anxiety or discomfort or uncertainty. It's in learning to accept that these things exist and finding a way to exist alongside them rather than desperately trying to erase them or fix them. And as I say this, I realize that this conclusion, learn to live with your pain, sit with your uncertainty, sounds an awful lot like a bow, doesn't it? Rome wasn't built in a day. All right, Ian, it's to you. What you got?